The mentality of the Iranian people is different. That means the Iranian people, if you will look at their history as we talked about in the previous documentary, if you look at their culture, their tradition, you will never ever find the slavery in their bloodline, in their ancestors, in their ancient empires. Even though it was the biggest empire in the history, the first and the biggest empire in the history, which was founded by Cyrus the Great, and later it was conquered by the Alexander the Great, as well as they had the conflicts with the ancient Greek. Then, if you look at their culture was so uh, comparatively was so reasonable and in accordance according to the Middle East people. And then from 600 to 1800, the Muslims, the Shia school of thoughts people became dominated in that area. During that period, they fought with the Ottoman empires, they fought with other uh, Asian empires. They had the conflict, the consecutive conflict for the among the Muslims for on the basis of their sects, Sunni and Shia. So, if you look at their past history, their cultural history, their traditional values, you will find nowhere the defeat of the Iranian people, which in the previous days they were called the Persian people. So, those Persian people are basically not accepting the slavery, the defeat in the conflicts. Those conflicts, especially who uses the foreign powers, who uses the force. So just like in the recent days, as we talked in the previous documentary, the ceasefire will happen, but that ceasefire will be for a very very short period of time. That ceasefire will never extend for a longer period of time. That means that conflicts, the Iranian people will never accept down their or bow their heads in front of the foreign powers. So the main important thing which we are talking about in today's documentary is that their cultural and traditional values, their norms, their historical background. If we look at their historical background, especially during the conflicts with the other powers, they never accepted defeat. They never accepted the forces, the foreign forces. And as well as if we look at the on analytic basis, if we'll talk about my analysis that the ceasefire will never happen. Maybe it will happen for a very very short period of time, but it will not extend for a longer period of time. That means the Persians will never accept the defeat. They will never let the Israel to expand their boundaries, but the Israelis will never let to maintain or certain their boundaries to their recent limits which they are in. Just like they captured the Gaza, they are trying to capture the Lebanon. So they will never ever stop to expand their boundaries. They will always try to expand their boundaries, and their diplomatic vision, their ideological vision, their religious viewpoint of view is quite clear that they want to make the great Israel. But the Iran first step which Iran is taking against Israel is that Iran will never ever allow the expansion of the boundaries of the Israel, because the first thing, the first statement which they will pass in the ceasefire is that Israel should stop. Israel should not expand their boundaries. So for that kind of vision, the ceasefire will never happen, and it will be carried on for a long period of time, and it will have the very negative impacts on the international basis.